Beneath the surface of the internet we know lies a vast and uncharted territory, the dark web. This is not your ordinary internet. It's like the digital equivalent of an iceberg, with the majority of its mass hidden beneath the surface, out of sight and out of reach. It's an area of the internet intentionally obscured, not accessible through your standard browsers. This is a place where Google's light doesn't reach, where the everyday user dares not tread. To penetrate this shadowy realm, one needs special software like Tor, which stands for the onion router. Tor, much like the layers of an onion, adds layers of encryption to your data, bouncing it around numerous servers worldwide, making it virtually untraceable. But why would anyone want to venture into this mysterious realm? Well, the dark web is a haven for anonymity. It's a place where your identity, your data, your very existence can become invisible. This anonymity can be a powerful tool. It can shield activists speaking out against oppressive regimes, protect journalists communicating with confidential sources, and provide a safe space for those needing to express themselves without fear of persecution or judgment. Yet, like any tool, it can be used for nefarious purposes as well. The dark web can hide the dealings of criminals, shield the operations of illicit markets, and cloak the activities of those who would exploit the innocent. It's a double-edged sword, offering freedom and anonymity, but also providing cover for those with malicious intent. It's a world where nothing is as it seems, where identities can be as fluid as water, and where the rules of the surface web don't apply. It's a place where the normal becomes abnormal, where the unthinkable becomes thinkable, and where the impossible becomes possible. It's a place that can be as dangerous as it is liberating. The dark web, a place of mystery and intrigue where identities vanish and the unthinkable becomes reality. Join us as we delve deeper into this enigmatic realm, navigating the good, the bad, and the dark web. The dark web, a haven for criminals, or a beacon of freedom? The answer is surprisingly both. In the labyrinthine depths of the dark web, anonymity is king. This obscurity can serve as a shroud for a host of illicit activities. From illegal trade and hacking to a myriad of other criminal actions, the dark web can be a lawless wilderness, a digital Wild West, if you will. This is the side of the dark web that often captures the public's imagination, painting a picture of a shadowy underworld where criminals lurk behind every bite. But just as a coin has two sides, the dark web is not solely the playground of the nefarious. It's also a sanctuary for those seeking to protect their privacy from prying eyes. Imagine living in a country where your internet access is heavily censored, where expressing your opinions online could land you in prison, or worse. For these individuals, the dark web provides a lifeline, a way to access unfiltered information, to communicate freely, and to exercise their fundamental human rights. It's a complex web, this dark web, woven from threads of good and bad. The same tools that allow a hacker to infiltrate a secure network also enable a whistleblower to expose corruption. The same platform that hosts a black market for illegal goods also provides a safe haven for activists in oppressive regimes. So what's the verdict? Is the dark web a den of iniquity or a bastion of liberty? The reality is it's both. It's a reflection of the world at large, where good and evil coexist, where the tool is not inherently virtuous or wicked, but its use defines its nature. The dark web, a double-edged sword offering a mask to both the villain and the victim, and as we continue to delve into its mysteries, we must grapple with this duality, this delicate balance between freedom and lawlessness, between privacy and anarchy. Journeying into the dark web is like stepping into a different world, one with its own set of rules. This is not a realm for the faint-hearted. It's a world veiled in shadows and mystery, where the unseen becomes seen and the undisclosed becomes public knowledge. To access this enigmatic part of the internet, a specialized software is needed, the most common of which is the onion router, or TR. This software allows users to browse the internet anonymously by bouncing encrypted data off a network of servers around the globe. It's like navigating through a labyrinth, where each twist and turn adds another layer of obscurity to your digital footprint. But even with such software, one must tread carefully. The dark web is unregulated and rife with potential dangers. It's imperative to disable scripts in your browser, use a VPN for added security, and never share personal information. Navigating the dark web also introduces a unique form of currency, cryptocurrency. This digital form of money, the most famous being Bitcoin, further enhances anonymity. Transactions are encrypted and processed through a decentralized system, making it nearly impossible to trace. Once inside, you'll find that the dark web is a veritable cornucopia of sites and services. Some are innocuous, like forums and chat rooms where people discuss topics they'd rather keep private. Others, however, can be more sinister. There are marketplaces, akin to the e-commerce sites we're familiar with, but these deal in goods and services that are typically illegal. There's also a wealth of information available, some of it quite valuable. Whistleblower sites, for instance, offer a platform for anonymous individuals to share classified or confidential information. The dark web is a universe unto itself, a place where ordinary rules don't apply. It's a world of shadows and secrets, where anonymity is the currency and knowledge is power. Here you can be anyone, do anything, find anything. In the dark web, you are a ghost, leaving no trace behind, navigating through the shadows of the internet. With great anonymity comes great responsibility, and with that, the attention of the law enforcement. The dark web, with its cloak of invisibility, presents a unique set of challenges for law enforcement agencies worldwide. These hidden cyber realms are often exploited for illicit activities such as drug trafficking, hacking schemes, and even human trafficking. Law enforcement is often hampered by the very nature of the dark web. Its anonymous nature makes it difficult to track down perpetrators, yet they're not entirely invisible. Take the case of the infamous Silk Road, an online black market and the first modern darknet market. Its creator, Ross Ulbricht, was eventually captured by the FBI in 2013 after a lengthy investigation. Or consider the case of Alphabet. Once the largest darknet market, its alleged creator Alexandra Kazes was apprehended by law enforcement in 2017. These high-profile cases prove that even in the shadows of the dark web, justice can prevail. But the dark web isn't just a hotbed for criminal activities, it's also a bastion for privacy advocates and those seeking to avoid the prying eyes of governments and corporations. This has led to an ongoing debate about internet privacy and regulation. On one hand, the fight against crimes necessitates some level of surveillance and regulation. On the other hand, privacy advocates argue that such measures could infringe on individual rights and freedoms. It's a delicate balance that society continues to grapple with. Moreover, as technology evolves, so does the complexity of this issue. Cryptocurrencies, for example, are frequently used in dark web transactions due to their anonymous nature. This adds another layer of difficulty for law enforcement in tracing illicit activities. The dark web, a battleground where law enforcement and criminals play a never-ending game of cat and mouse. Indeed, the dark web is a complex, multifaceted entity, one that simultaneously embodies the best and worst of what the internet can offer. The battle for its control and the implications for our society continue to unfold. In the ever-changing landscape of the internet, what does the future hold for the dark web? This is a question that piques the interest of many as the dark web continues to evolve, bringing with it potential advancements and threats alike. As we look to the future, it's clear that the dark web will continue to be a hotbed of innovation. Researchers and developers are focusing their efforts on enhancing online privacy and security measures, driven by the need to protect users' digital footprints. This could lead to the creation of more secure and private networks, potentially even surpassing the current capabilities of the dark web. But with every technological leap forward, there's a potential for misuse. The dark web could become an even more attractive haven for illicit activities. As encryption methods and anonymity tools improve, so too does the ability for criminals to operate undetected. This cat-and-mouse game between law enforcement and cybercriminals is likely to intensify, making the dark web an even more complex battleground. There's also the possibility of dark web technology seeping into the mainstream internet. The demand for privacy and anonymity is growing among regular internet users, and the tools and techniques pioneered on the dark web could provide the answers. In the future, we might see a blurring of lines between the surface web and the dark web as these technologies become commonplace. Another key area to watch is the rise of decentralized networks. These networks, which operate without a central authority, could shape the future of the dark web. They offer the potential for even greater anonymity and privacy, but also raise new challenges in terms of regulation and control. The dark web, an enigma, its future as mysterious as its very existence. As we continue to explore its depths, one thing is certain: the dark web is here to stay. This shadowy corner of the internet will continue to evolve, fueled by the constant push and pull between those seeking to exploit its potential for good and those bent on using it for more nefarious purposes.